Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, April 23rd, 2022, at 9:45 a.m. exact. I'm surprised I was able to get me some sleep last night, but I still, my body still feels like it needs more sleep, but my mind won't let me go back to sleep for some reason. So I went to bed probably about 12:30 or something last night. And I guess I must have slept straight through the night and slept good. And then I woke up, it was almost 8:15, but I tried to go back to sleep and couldn't, but um the midget next door, the usual door slamming that I could never catch on camera. So it's a Saturday morning, and all I have is $5 and some change, probably a little more than that, to spare, pretty much. So today is Saturday morning, and I just wish it was one of those mornings where I could just, eat a good breakfast and like eat a hearty breakfast and go to shop at the farmer's market and stuff. But I'm thankful and glad for the help throughout this past week, and of course the week before and any other time. The donations and help and stuff like that. So, but I'm too mentally and physically tired to get out and about and go and panhandle downtown. And it was so hard yesterday and frustrating. And it was hard to, I don't like that word hustle. But I'll say, it was hard to hustle up even $5 yesterday. And most people want to talk about how, sorry, ma'am, I don't have, they'd be like, sorry, ma'am, I don't carry card. And they have their nose turned up and narcissistic and self-righteous about it. So I haven't had any need to panhandle on the streets, since before I started the job. Since before I started the job last year, like in September. Excuse me. But it's like it's like when I have to panhandle, I really hate panhandling. Look, I really hate panhandling. I don't like panhandling. I don't like having to panhandle. And I really don't like having to ask for money in order to survive. But, I ask for what I need and just, do what I need to do. And, that's that. And I try to keep in mind to not be covetous or, God knows my heart. So, I try to not, if people want to say, be too greedy or be greedy at all. I just try to get what I need help with. And then I just try to get what I need help with, you know. So I survived the night walking from downtown to over here. And it was a little bit of a somewhat long walk, but I figured, well, it wasn't too bad. And I was tired and thirsty on the way back. and but I ate a good meal. Well, it wasn't healthy, but it was somewhat healthy because it was, handmade, you know, from scratch. So, but it's like I said yesterday that I'm planning to do, if I can get mentally stronger and better. I'm still feeling sleep deprived and tired. Um, I'm planning to write a blog post talking about, how rich narcissistic abusers basically how they, or basically, I'll just do like a blog post and document my panhandling experiences, because like online, me doing a general post like a YouTube video, or me doing a YouTube video, or tweet out a tweet on Twitter and ask generally, can anybody help me? That's kind of like the same way of holding up a sign on the streets, and you holding up that sign for 8 hours, and you hold up the sign for 8 hours and nobody donates you anything, and everybody overlooks and ignores you and stuff like that. And so then if people want to voluntarily chip in, they do, pretty much. So it's like I've had moments where even in Mobile, Alabama, I've had to deal with, and it was hard out there too, and hardly anybody out there. But they have their own street. I forgot the name of it though. That's like Mobile, Alabama downtown version of Palafox Street over here, or Canal Street downtown in New Orleans, my hometown, and the Canal Street is much bigger, much longer and bigger street. But, I used to walk up and down Canal Street, having to beg and panhandle and stuff like that. So, anyway, I had, what was I gonna say? I kind of forgot. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, oh, okay, now I remember. Okay, so if I were to go, person to person, and ask for help, sometimes I get, a donation. Sometimes I get blown off. And like yesterday, I tried everything I could to, stay humble and not get angry and curse people out. You know, because how hostile and narcissistic that they act. Extremely rude. And you innocently and harmlessly ask for help, and they have this narcissistic kind of attitude to make you feel like you're reminded that you deserve to be punished and that you don't deserve help. And those are probably narcissistic Masonic perps. And so and so, like, if I was on Twitter and tag certain of my followers, in which I never did that, and ask for help, then I'm pretty sure they would have a lot of people who block me. So I don't even do that. But I'm glad a few people retweeted yesterday. But it's like, usually it's like I'm tweeting to a brick wall. And it's like, I even question and wonder, well, do people even see my tweets, or am I shadow banned, or what's going on? But I know my blog is shadow banned already, and my blog is already seen as a threat to the mainstream, So, yeah, I mean, I said I wanted to do a blog post to document my panhandling experiences because, I try to, and basically, how does a narcissist, narcissistic abusers, how they try to handle you and how they treat you when you don't know, because you don't know that person. So a lot of times if they're sitting down on a park bench and or if they're minding their own business fishing or something, you don't know offhand if that person is a perp or if they're a narc or if they're a good Christian or a generous person with a big heart. You don't know what that person is until, after, they give you a certain reaction, then you got your confirmation that that's a narc or a perp. But, and basically they either treat you like a criminal or treat you like a potential criminal and like as if they're frightened and scared of you. And I just really hate the arrogance and snobbishness of those kinds of people. But it's weird that they have even some other homeless people, the fact that if other homeless will perp also, and it seems like as if I'm the only targeted homeless around here. Where are any other homeless TIs in Pensacola? Well, in that TI database that, with the popular fake TI perp Shayla Avance with that surveillance survivors website, she just eradicated and removed me from every aspect of her fake website. And it's like she seems like as if she bullies real targets. I'm like, what do you got? So she's a narcissistic control freak, fake TI perp, and then her logo is one eye symbolism. You're not a real TI. And so, she's just about as exploitative as targeted justice. They ought to call it fake TI perp injustice. Because that targeted justice website is a CIA front. And I heard that, like, sometimes these popular fake TI perps would put up a website, and then you go to seek help from, especially if you're a newbie, you go and seek help from, and answers or whatever from those types of websites. And then you either get exploited, perped, abused, some kind of way, or I heard that it's a bait and they lure you in. It's like they got all the expert information on targeted individuals, but then they spread some disinformation and you got to use some discernment. And then they'll use that to sometimes, targeted individuals end up being lured into human trafficking, or they end up being brainwashed and becoming a perp and stuff like that, But I'm hearing this thing about body snatching. I wish I had more information about the body snatching and the honey pots and the honey traps and stuff. And also I would like to learn more about children being targeted. That's diabolical. I mean, I've heard stories about 4-year-old kids being victims of V2K and the voices and stuff. So, and the narcissistic perps, they pridefully brag about, ho 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 ho, nobody's going to believe you. how they do, you know. So and that right there is triggering enough to make me want to throw a desk or a fucking chair at their head or something like that. You know, it's the stuff that comes out of a narc's mouth that make you as a result have all this fiery rage and anger, you know, as a result of them, you know, saying stuff to trigger and provoke you. And when you're naturally not a violent person, but they keep pushing your buttons, and then they're the hurt fucking victim. It's like people make it like as if they can get away with saying whatever they want. But, you know, if you get mad, then you're in trouble. But they can just continue with their evil. And certain narcissistic abusers, what they do is they narcissistically and self-righteously do whatever they can that's legal in the eyes of man's law. And then they lead you on to thinking that they're perfect people, but then you get gaslit and wonder, there has to be some flaw in this person. This person is walking around like he or she is too perfect. You know, when you try to be non-violent and stuff like that, but it's like, it's triggering how people get an attitude with you, you know, and it seems like, well, the most you can do is cuss them right out, you know, but you try not to when you have to panhandle on the streets and stuff, you know. But, you know, I never put my hands on or threatened, you know, anybody for rejecting me, you know, for panhandling or anything like that. But, you know, it's like yesterday, at least one person, it was an elderly white man, and he had that Masonic look, you know, but it seems like a lot of these people, you know, it's like they all act like as if they're afraid of me, you know, and all I'm trying to do is survive, you know. But it's like they, and come to think of it, there was this young boy who looked like he was about 19 or 20 years old, and he walked off and ignored me, and it didn't even dawn on me that he had on a red shirt and black shorts yesterday, and he pretty much, you know, acted afraid of me also, you know. But, you know, I'm not gonna put my hands on nobody or whatever, you know. I'm just saying that, you know, I hate that. It's like when trying to panhandle or ask for help, it seems like as if I realize how truly hated I am, or that basically nobody wants to help. And if people are super rich, and then, you know, it's like they act like they think they're God, judging and punishing you, and figure that, and you want to try to fill in the blanks and play a guessing game about what you might have done wrong, or they want to think that they guessed right by saying you burned all your bridges from your family and friends, or, you know, oh, you did this, you did that, and it's like, oh, I bet you've been to jail before. Or they'll say that, you know, they'll say stuff like, well, I bet you've been to jail before, or aggressively and bullishly demand an answer for why you're asking for help. And sometimes they get extremely, like, aggressively nosy at trying to demand an answer for why you're in the predicament that you're in. And, you know, they got expert knowledge to know that it's your fault. It's all your fault. And then they have a new age fake occult solution to end such a problem. And it's like they need, I mean, it's like the arrogance and narcissism really comes out in people. You pretty much, you know, but it's like they want to antagonize and provoke the homeless target to violence, you know, when, you know, I haven't done anything like that, but it's like they want to provoke you to feel a certain way. So then, yesterday, the man that gave me $5, he had, well, his, his, um, his wife, I guess that was his wife, tried to demand an answer for, oh, what's in your pockets and stuff like that, you know, and with, on my right pocket, it was just about less than half of a, or probably somewhere around about half a roll of quarters or something. And then less than $1 worth of change that another lady gave me. But I didn't really count the change that she gave me. It was just, but I know it was under $1. And then that $5 that man gave me, you know. And so so then it was so hard to get any help, and I would have wanted to stay out longer and try to panhandle, but the thing is, my stomach was hurting, and I was sleep deprived and tired, and after I ate, that's when my stomach pain went away for some reason. After I ate the pizza, that was weird. So I figured that I would do a live stream, you know, an unannounced live stream while I was trying to be on my walk. And of course, the gang stalkers, they sabotaged my live stream, and they always mess with the sound. And then my viewers get frustrated with me, like as if it's my fault. And it's like they hack into the sound, and I don't even realize. And yesterday they hacked into my phone and supernaturally flipped the camera from my face. And I said, well, I can't even switch my camera when I'm on live. So how can, you know, somebody supernaturally hacked into my doggone phone and switched the camera, or they manipulate the volume on purpose, you know, hacking into my phone and stuff. And then I try to walk in certain neighborhoods, and the thing is, they try to have this artificial fake high traffic in neighborhoods of perps following me and stuff, especially in red cars. And so it was harder to see last night because it's nighttime. But sometimes these retarded, mentally off, slow gang stalkers have no shame in their game about you know, doing what they do. They're proud of it. And so they really delusionally believe that it's the right thing to do. And the fact that you're just breathing, living, and existing, they make it like it's such the biggest crime. That Candy must be stopped. Candy must be exterminated. Candy must be eradicated. We must get rid of Candy. So, yesterday, I noticed that my twin sister Dykester and her devout cheerleaders and cult followers, they got hateful and gave massive thumbs down on all my videos of my gang stalking proof yesterday. I'm watching y'all. You know, I see what y'all doing on my channel. Because now, when she gets mad, they all pretend to fake get mad too. But it's all a charade and it's all a game. As I said, when she was doing videos about the dog and everything, no, it's like they weren't really invested or interested. But all they care about is the quote-unquote drama between us. But then they want to say, well, Candy tells everybody business. Well, you like to meddle in everybody's business, and you should get out. You ain't going to try to control me. So, for her to lie and say that I'm schizophrenic and a gang stalker, that's a doggone oxymoron. You got to be either one or the other, you know. So you can't call me schizophrenic and the gang stalker at the same time. If you calling me schizophrenic, that's evidence right there that you're a perp. But I got my gang stalking evidence. Where's yours? Me saying what I say is not proof that, oh, this is proof Candy's the one gang stalking me. No, you show videos about yourself being followed and stalked and with patterns and stuff like that. But you have not one video. I already exposed you as a Masonic Luciferian perp. Twisting and reversing everything. So yesterday they had this this perp named Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles sounds like a name of a perp. And I think somebody named Jennifer Mack, I think that was David James impersonating someone. Talking about, yeah, let's report Candy's GoFundMe in PayPal. And so this Fruity Pebbles would try to say, well, see why you don't have no friends? Because you believe everybody's a perp. And then Fruity Pebbles, started asking irrelevant questions in my live stream when I was walking on the way home, to this motel, that's temporarily home right now. So this video, I don't know if they're gonna cut me off, but if they do, I'll just let the video keep rolling. So then okay, let's keep rolling. Now it's all of a sudden starting to get dark, like as if it's cloudy or something. So then, if this was 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have got as much thumbs down as I got on those videos. But my twin sister's wanting to be freshly mad at something, so she's the freaking ringleader, on having everybody thumb me down. And so 10 thumbs down, and if you used to be a target, like some people used to be a target and now they're a perp, you know what you're doing, thumbing me down and trying to discredit me because you have sold out and became a perp and stuff like that, but I'm still here being targeted, and I showed y'all my proof yesterday, and I did nothing wrong. And so they hated that the video got a lot of views, like over 1,000 views, almost 2,000 views, and 13 thumbs up. And then they wanted to try to counteract that with just about as many thumbs down, and try to recruit people to give me more thumbs down on a definitely credible video. And they hated my proof and evidence and truth, exposing, what I'm going through, or what I'm forced to go through, So they hate, they think that their thumbs down is supposed to be a stamp of authority when it's not, and it's fraudulent, and it's cheating, actually.